Okay, thank you. So we are now wrapping up this workshop. I would first like to thank all the participants for taking the time to come here together to share your experience and to connect with each other. I personally found this to be a very enriching experience. I would also like to warmly thank all my fellow co-organizers who put so much time and effort into this workshop, and all the volunteers who helped with the reception, ensuring that the workshop is a safe space, and moderation. Without them, this workshop would not have been possible. I would also like to thank the Mila staff members who have arranged the physical space for us, in particular, so Nadine, Desiree, and I would also like to thank Carl, who created the seamlessly smooth flow of this event with the audiovisual setup of the room, including the remote participation logistics of the speakers and the YouTube stream, and also for keeping us on time.
Thanks, guys. You're amazing.
I would also like to thank Almer van der Sloot, who made sure we had everything we needed and the appropriate support from Mila while preparing the event. This event would also not have been such a great success without our partners, Mila and Sifar. And also, I would like to thank our advisory committee, Professor Joshua Benjo and Professor Gauthier Gidel. And I'm also grateful to all the speakers who kindly accepted to participate and to dedicate their time to prepare a talk or to contribute to a panel. And to the panel and roundtable moderators who facilitated these insightful discussions. And so we have the in-person ones, roundtable and panels, and also Sasha, who just prepared a virtual roundtable discussion. There was not enough room. It was awkward in the previous slide. And I realized you were already there. So, I'm very happy to have learned more about this challenging topic from a great diversity of angles and to see people engage so much in these discussions. I've learned a lot, and for example, how AI fits into the international humanitarian law framework, and confronted some challenging questions such as what the sufficient predictability means in the context of AI. During the opening remarks, Alexandra has shared her personal perspective, highlighting applications of AI for helping socially important issues as a critical motivations for deciding to pursue a degree in computer science. And I would like to come full circle and share my own very different personal story as well. I decided to pursue a degree in computer science because I wanted to understand how reasoning works and how we can get closer to replicating human-level intelligence in artificial systems. I used to be that scientist in his ivory tower, only driven by the desire to understand fascinating technical concepts, but detached from the political realities of our troubled world. When thinking about big social issues such as climate change, as much as they affected me, I felt alone because all of my colleagues seemed to be only focused on technical work, or were convinced that nothing can be done about them. Thus, I felt cynical and powerless, and as a result, I didn't bother to try to, I didn't really try to tackle these major issues. And even worse, if I continued on that course, I would have probably aspired to build a superhuman artificial intelligence system, something that, as I realized afterwards, is in fact against my own values, even if I tried to make it safer. And I would have done that because I felt that intellectual curiosity was among the very few driving forces that I could satisfy in a meaningful way. However, my course changed when I found a community at Mila who are invested into making changes for the better in the world and who share my values. This helped me become better informed, made me question the alignment between my actions and values, and made me feel empowered and less lonely. And here I am now, co-organizer of this workshop. And I'm sharing this story for those with whom parts of it might resonate and to underline the power that a community can have on the individual when values are shared. And I hope that this workshop has helped build that kind of community around the issue of harms and risks of AI in the military, and that we can continue collaborating together.
Thank you so much, Christian, for sharing your story and for telling what you said. I also want to add to it that I feel so happy right now seeing you all here, like having these 2 days of interactions and also listening to what you just said, Christian. I think together we created something very beautiful because we brought our humanity into this discussion, and I see people care a lot of many important things which which I strongly feel myself about, and I'm very, very grateful to everyone who contributed to this discussion, to all the participants, to all our amazing speakers, and to everyone who helped to make it happen. And I also want to acknowledge something about the sources of knowledge and information which we've been discussing here. I think in the context of ordinary scientific conference, we don't often think about it, especially in the computer science. But here we've been talking about people and how weapons affect people. And we also been mentioning a lot different journalistic investigations. And I just want to take a moment to acknowledge that all this information has become publicly available through a lot of work, pain and suffering of different people, and journalists often risk their lives to get this information. So this event, I also want to acknowledge this indirect contribution. And I also want to invite you to stay connected, to continue growing this community who is talking about these very important topics, and in the same time, staying mindful, staying connected to ourselves and respectful to each other. I think this event shows that we are able to discuss these very challenging topics and staying respectful, staying connected, and staying very present with ourselves. And I'm extremely grateful to all of you for that. Thank you so much. Yeah, with that, we are going to wrap up. And just logistical things, we will keep the Slack space for you at least until the end of this month. And also recordings of the streams are already available on the YouTube for the registered participants. And we are intended to make them public, but we will separate different things. We will get consent from all the speakers who participated. So please respond to our emails when we ask you about it. It will help us to publish the event soon. And yeah, that's it. Thank you so much.
Sorry to hijack the mic like this, but let's give a big round of applause to Sasha and Christian.
Thank you. Thank you so much.